Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 card review. Hit a review a card coming in Booster SP Raging Masters August 9th. What we're looking at here is DD Magical Sage Kepler, and it is a Dark Fiend Pendulum Effect monster. Level 1, Pendulum Scale 10, attack and defense 0. Description: Pendulum effect. You cannot pendulum summon any monsters except DD monsters. This effect cannot be negated. During each of your standby phases, reduce this card's pendulum scales by 2. Then destroy all monsters you control whose levels are higher than this card's pendulum scale, except DD monsters. Monster effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can activate one of these effects. You can only use this effect of DD Magical Sage Kepler once per turn. Add one other DDD card you control. Target one other DDD card. DDD. Boy, that's going to take me a minute to stop doing that. Target one other DD card you control. Return that target to the hand. Add one contract book card from your deck to your hand. I'm curious to know what these contract book cards do, because I can't really say how helpful that search is, or if it's even worth searching. You know, like it could be like a crappy card that doesn't do anything, or it could be something very helpful and powerful. So until they reveal what those cards are, I can't really say how good that effect is. But you know, I guess in a way, returning a DD monster to the hand, it's the same thing with Magical Sage Galilei. It returns DD monsters to the hand, and the only thing that I'm looking at it like, or not when DD monster, but when DD card you control, you can return it to the hand. The way I think they're trying to get set up to be used is in the event that the levels aren't what you want them to be, you can bounce it back to the hand, and then you can reset the pendulum scale levels. You know, so that's an idea as to how that's supposed to be used. So unlike Galilei, this card reduces its pendulum scales by 2. So really, Kepler and Galilei, they switch, just like over time, like they just switch their scales. You know, with Kepler, it starts off at 10. With Galilei, it starts off at 1, and then with Galilei increasing its pendulum scale by 2 every standby phase, and this one reducing its pendulum scales every standby phase. Eventually, like you're gonna have to bounce these cards back to the hand. Eventually, you're gonna have to, because there are effects that destroy. Well, not really, because this only affects pendulum scale monsters. The interesting thing I found out about this card is that I was in a duel and I was using my my build that had some pendulum monsters in it, and during that duel, when I was trying to normal summon a pendulum monster, the guy told me that I couldn't normal summon a pendulum monster. Well, this card right here just blows that out the fucking water, because obviously they wouldn't have a monster effect that can be activated via normal summon if you couldn't normal summon pendulum monsters, right? So let that be known that you can actually normal summon and tribute summon pendulum monsters now. So with that being said, and I'm aware of this, I can go into like a new world of possibilities with the pendulum build. But with that being said, also, uh, these magical sage or well, these DD monsters are going to be interesting to like to see in action. Again, like I'm curious about contract book. I don't know how well that card is going to be, so I can't say for a fact if this is going to be good or bad. So I can't really give an accurate review until that card is revealed. I'm not saying that I'm gonna re-review this card. I'm saying that until contract book comes out, then I can't really say for a fact if the effects of this monster and uh, Galilei are good. So when it comes to searching out or even dealing with contract book or a contract book card, I should say. But as far as what it can do, you know, I mean, this is like the first pendulum monster whose scale exceeds, uh, 8, which was the original highest, number from, I think it was Space Gazer or Astronomical Gazer Magician, or, you know, pretty much that pendulum monster whose scale was 8. You know what I'm saying? So, it's what it is. So, yeah. So link to this card is going to be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you for the next card review. Peace.